All right. It is Wednesday today, September 22nd. It is our second day in our fractions unit, and we are going to be building on what we talked about yesterday into today. So be ready to learn more. A lot of you are working hard on Freckle, and so as you work hard on Freckle, raise your hand if you are finding that some of the things we talk about in class we have on Freckle. We're recognizing some of these things. And Freckle is helping us with some of this fraction information. Good. Excellent. That's the point. Great. 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 Mirror words.
Mirror words.
The denominator is the total amount of equal parts in a fraction. The numerator is the number you have. Mirrors off. Who remembers that from yesterday? Good. Let's think about that as we are thinking about our review slide for today. So, what fraction does each shaded part represent? We are going to pack sticks today. Who's it going to be? It could be you online people. You never know. Aubrey. Hi. What's your first fraction?
1/6.
Why do you think it's 1/6, Aubrey?
Because there's one color shaded in, and then there's 6 of them.
Because the one shaded in is what they're asking for, because they very clearly asked you for the shaded part, right? They're asking you, what fraction does each shaded part represent? So the number we have is the numerator, right? Remember, this is my fraction bar, numerator, denominator. This is the number that's in this area. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is the number that's in this area. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Numerator, denominator, numerator. You tracking with me?
Yeah.
Good. And the bottom part, Aubrey,
6.
why 6?
Because there is 6 of them.
The 6 is the
Entire amount.
total amount
Of
equal parts
in a fraction.
in a fraction. That's right. What if they asked for the unshaded part? If they asked for the unshaded part, what would my fraction be, Levi?
It would be a 6 by 1.
Think about what a fraction is. The shaded part is this spot. It's 1/6. Lila, help your friend Levi. What would this fraction be?
1/5.
No. We still have the same total amount in the fraction. So what's my denominator going to be? What's the total amount of equal parts in this fraction, Lila? 6. What's the unshaded part, Will?
5.
5. Whatever they're asking you for, it could be shaded or it could be unshaded. And so I just want you to know that it's not asking for the unshaded, so we're going to delete that part. But I do want you to be aware that it could say unshaded at some point in time in your life. All right? So it's when we're thinking of the numerator, when we say the numerator is the number that you have, that it's the number that they're looking for, whatever number they want. So here they want the shaded part. They could want the unshaded part at some point. Well, you'll just have to wait and see, okay? They could try to trick you that way. That's what they try to do. They'll be like, oh, we'll trick these 4th graders. We always ask them for the shaded part, but what if we ask them for the unshaded part? Are they smart enough to think about that?
No.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. All right, the second one. Who's going to be my next stick? Colton. Colton. Nothing's wrong with your audio. I didn't actually say anything. What do you got? 1 something? Huh? 1/10. Who agrees with Colton? 1/10. Give Colton a big woohoo! Woohoo! Nice job, Colton. Ella Loudon, you're on our market for the last one. What do you got here, sister? 1/5. Because mirror words.
Mirrors.
The denominator is the total amount of equal parts in a fraction. The numerator is the number you have. Mirrors off. The in a fraction part is my favorite, if you couldn't tell that. So, thumbs if you're feeling like I could throw almost any fraction strip at you, and if I colored in one section, you could tell me what the fraction of that was. What if I gave you a fraction of like 1 and then I cut it into 24 pieces? Could you still count them out?
Yeah.
Thank you. Excellent. Okie dokie. Today's learning intentions are very similar to name and represent fractions and represent them with diagrams. We'll talk more about that in a second. And this is not true. Oh, maybe it technically is. We're just going to do it in a different way. So, maybe it's technically true. Click here to go to the lesson. Well, thank you for putting that there. You're welcome, self. Good job. Get it? I put it there. Forget about it. You guys don't care about my jokes.
It was funny. It was so funny.
Let's name some other fractions and represent them with diagrams, shall we? Yes, we shall. Which one doesn't belong? Take a few moments to think. Think first. Which one doesn't belong? Talk to your table now and formulate some sort of an understanding of which one doesn't belong. Online people, turn your mics on and tell me what doesn't belong. One at a time. Cameron, we're in the middle of class, please, sir. Could we have some space here? Thanks. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay. One at a time. Olivia, go first. Which one doesn't belong?
I think C doesn't belong because they're not cut into equal.
Very good observation. Gage, what do you think?
I don't think A doesn't belong because all the other ones have 3.
Okay. Good observation. Mackenzie, what do you think?
Same as Gage.
Okay. Excellent. Good thoughts, you guys.
What does that have to do with it? It's supposed to be in 3. No, it's not.
It's not an argument. It's a conversation. Very nice. Table 1. What do you got?
We said that what doesn't belong is C and D.
C and D. Why does C not belong? Not equal parts. And why does D not belong?
Since one is shaded and all the others aren't.
D, we're only one here that's shaded, right? Table 2, what do you think?
C.
C, why C?
Because it's not equal parts.
Not equal parts. Okay, table 3, what do you guys think? Table 3?
It's D because the parts aren't equal.
They are actually equal. It's an optical illusion.
Yeah.
It's an optical
It's a
illusion.
cube.
It's It's a hexagon. They are equal. It's a trick. It's an eyeball trick. Your eyeballs are tricking you. We'll talk about that later. Why else? Do you have any other thoughts?
That one's not equal because
You're right. This is not an eyeball trick. These are not equal parts. Good. Table 4.
I think it's C and D.
C and D? Huh? Hold on, where am I? So C, you're saying C? Yes? Why C?
Because it's not equal.
Not equal parts? Okay. Table 5?
C because it's not.
Also C, not equal parts. Everybody saying the same thing? And table 6?
D because it's 3D. It's 3D and one side shaded in.
D is the only one that's 3D and the only one that's shaded, right? Okay, Gage Carter. Gage Carter has something interesting to share. Go ahead, Gage.
I said A because A has 4 and all the other ones have 3.
1, 2, 3, 4. Is Gage right?
Yes.
Does this one have 4 and all the other ones have 3?
Yes.
Are all the tables, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, are all the tables that said C right because these are not equal parts?
Yes.
Yes. Is everyone right that said D because this is the only one that has one shaded and it's the only one that's in 3D?
Yes.
Yes. What about B? Does B belong? Why does B not belong, Sophia? Huh?
It's just another trick because it's a circle and the bottom's more bigger, but they're more spaced out on the sides.
Okay. Ashley?
Because they're all squares and that one's
B is the only one that has rounded edges. So which one doesn't belong?
B. All of them.
B?
All of them.
All of them?
None. All of them.
None don't belong.
None. No, B.
They all don't belong for their own reasons. A doesn't belong because it's in fourths, so the only one in fourths. B doesn't belong because it's the only one with rounded edges. C doesn't belong because it's the only one that has, first of all, it's the only one that has fully slanted lines. But it's the only one that doesn't have equal parts. And D doesn't belong because it's the only one shaded. So the moral of the story is, whatever you said, you're right. Great job, everyone. You were right. Right?
Yeah.
Y'all need some joy in your life. You understand what I'm saying?
Man,
oh man. What does the shaded part in D represent? Let me flip back to D. What does the shaded part in D represent? What's that fraction there, Lila? 1/3. Because how many total equal parts are there, Lila? 3 total equal. Seriously.
Yeah.
Man. 3 total equal parts. And how many are shaded?
1.
Good job. You are correct. 1/3. 1/3. If one part of B are shaded, if one part of B and C are shaded, is each shaded part 1/3 of the shape as well? Let's go back and look. So here's B, here's C. If one part of B is shaded and one part of C is shaded, is each shaded part 1/3 of the shape as well? What do you think? Nikki, what do you think?
Yes, because
Yes?
there's three parts of it.
This one has 3 equal parts. Garrett, you got something to say to Nikki?
Yeah, I don't think so because C is not equal parts.
See that, Nikki?
B has equal parts.
That's right. B has equal parts, but C does not. So this is going to be 1/3, right? What fraction is this going to be?
Nothing.
It isn't a fraction because all denominators
Has to be.
mirror words.
Mirror words.
The denominator is
The denominator
the total amount
the total amount
of equal parts
of equal parts
in a fraction.
in a fraction.
Mirrors off.
Mirrors off.
If you do not have equal parts, then you do not have a fraction. So if there are no equal parts, there is no fraction. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, let's see what the next question is back here. Why is the shaded part not 1/3 of square in C? Nikki Schaefer. Why is the shaded part not 1/3 of the square in C?
Because it's not equal.
Because it's not equal parts. Very good. If one part of A is shaded, is it 1/3 of the square? I can draw this one up here. If one part of A is shaded, let me remind you what A looked like. One part of A is shaded. Is it 1/3 of the square? Levi?
Yes, because there's 3 empty squares and 1 zero shaded.
Tell me what a denominator is, Levi. Tell me more. It's more than just the bottom of a fraction. Is the total amount of equal parts in a fraction. So how many equal parts do we have, Levi? Look here.
4.
Huh?
4.
That's right.
And then 1 shaded inside.
We have 1 shaded in. So if one part of A is shaded, is it 1/3 of the square? Huh?
No.
What does it mean if something's 1/3? What does that mean?
Shaded.
Well, let's just say it like this. If you have this word, these words here, 1/3, that means this: 1/3, 1/3, 1/4, 1/2, an 1/8, 1/5. We have 1, 1/2, 1/4. So what's my answer here, Aiden? So let's answer the question. If one part of A is shaded, is it 1/3 of the square? No, why not? Explain your reasoning.
Because there's 4 squares in all.
Because there are 4 total equal parts in this fraction, right? That's our denominator. The total amount of equal parts in a fraction. Good job. That was a hard thing to think through, wasn't it? Good job. Now, talk to your partner, your table, about 1/4. You online, kids? Do you guys have like maybe a piece of loose leaf paper or a piece of construction paper or something somewhere? A loose leaf paper? Will you get that for me real quick? Everybody else, I'm coming around with paper for you. Talking to your table about describing what the diagram would look like for this fraction.
So
Here's 4. Here's 4.
And on here,
Don't Sophia and then Angel.
Look at that later. Okay. Nice deuces, little sister. She's going to learn some fractions today, isn't she? Okay. Take your paper. Take your paper like so. We're going to fold this paper. So, take it like so and fold it down. For your first fold, downward like so. Very nicely done. Kind of maybe sit it down on the table would help it so that you get it nice and straight. It's important to have equal parts here, you know. Don't write on it. Once you have it like this, hold it like this and show me. Now, fold it down like this. So you have it here. Now, fold it down to here. Get a good, nice crease line on there. Nice, good crease line on there. Yes. Yes.
We can't see you.
Here I am. Can you see me now?
No.
Maybe refresh your screen or jump off and try to jump back on. Oh, there she went. She'll be back. Now, here's your paper. Open your paper up. What have you just created? Huh? 4 fourths. 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4. Nice. So we folded it down like this first. And then we folded it down like this to create the ultimate hot dog bun. Right? All right. And now we opened it. We have 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, and 1/4. Using this diagram we just made, share with your paper, share with your table why this is a good diagram for 1/4. Tell your table, why is this a good diagram for 1/4? Part of working together as a team is getting along, being kind, being respectful to one another. Remember our PAX vision board over here. I want to see more people with friendly interaction. I want to hear more respectful feedback. The things I want people to do more of is to be on task, including and helping each other. I want to see less off-task behaviors. I want to hear less arguing. I'm going to add something to our vision board for the first time. I want to hear less. If I were to say off-task responses, would you know what that means? So, like, if I'm asking you to talk about this paper of fourths, and you're talking about your cat, or you're like, yeah, it's eighths. That's an off-task response, right? I want to see less off-task, or hear less off-task responses, because that's not kind or respectful to your team. Okay? Can we all agree to those things? Can we agree that this is all what we want to do as a teammate?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. Okay. What did your team say? Picking a stick, picking a stick. What do you think? Ashley?
Well, we could either fill in one and you could make that, or you could like put dots or something on it.
Ashley's saying we could use our paper for the diagram 1/4 by like marking this somehow, right? Filling it in or coloring it with dots or something like that. Raise your hand if you agree with Ashley that she's right. Very good. Talk to your table about what the diagram would look like for this fraction. Here it is right here. Talk to your table. I'm going to be listening for PAX leaders out here that are doing all the things we want.
And if you want to use it again, you can use like dots, or you can do something just like on, so you can be like half and make it
What we got? What do you think? Drawing another stick. Ella Davidson.
that you just have to color into
So here's what I hear us saying as a group. If we have this, is this the same representation of my paper?
Yes.
This here? So what we said for this was that I would color in one and that this and this now represent each other. Is that correct?
Yes.
Did I create my representation properly?
Yes.
Okay. Now what I hear Ella saying is that if I take this now, Ella, if I color in here and here, then I have 2/4. Raise your hand. Give me a thumbs up if you agree with Ella and table 4. That if I were to color in 2 of these, raise your hand and give me Pax Deuces if that's what your table said in some sort of a way. Your table said something like that, and that, or those of you that are online, if that's what you thought, coloring in 2 is what we need to do. Very nicely done. Okay, it is officially my favorite part of the lesson. Here we go. I'm excited. Mirror words.
Mirror words.
The denominator is the total amount of equal parts in a fraction. The numerator is the number that you have. Mirrors off. You need to know that very clearly in your mind for this next activity. When I turn the slide, prepare for your mind to be blown. Just kidding, it's not that exciting. It's exciting to me. Each full diagram represents 1. Match each fraction to a diagram whose shaded parts represents it. So, the next slide, what do you think you're going to see on the next slide? Let me draw some sticks. Aiden, what do you think you're going to see on the next slide? Some fractions. What do you think, Emmy? She's saying, see here. Will, do you think anything different?
I think the next slide's gonna be about like 2/4 would equal 1/2.
Oh, you're jumping ahead of me like 2 weeks, man. You're jumping far ahead of me. But so no, but you're on the right track of thinking for 4th grade fraction experiences. 2 of the fractions are not represented. Are you ready for me to just show to you?
Yes.
I told you.
Wow.
So down in this area, we have some fraction diagrams, some fraction bars, right? Up in this area, we have some fractions, okay? What you are going to do is match them. So I'm going to give every team a color. So table 1, you're purple. You get this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one and this one. The 3 of you are going to work together in your cactus notebook. So you guys need a classwork line underneath your daily review slide. And when your table gets their assigned fractions, you are going to work together to make a diagram for the fractions I give you. So table 1 is going to make a diagram for 2/3. You're going to draw it in your cactus notebook. You're going to make a diagram together as a team for 4/8 and 5/12. That's your job. Questions? You know what you're doing? When you're done drawing your diagrams for the fractions I give you, then when everyone is finished, we're going to come back together and we're going to see if your diagram matches one of these and which one of these go with which one of these. Okay? So, which one of these go with which one of these? Noticing here that these 2 are blank. So we're going to have to create those whenever we figure out which ones are missing. Your first job, create a diagram for the fractions I assign your table in your cactus notebook underneath the review slide. Does everyone understand? Okay. Table 2 is red. You have 3/8, 6/12, and 7/10. Table 3, you have 4/10 and 7/8. Table 4, 3/5, 6/10. Woo! Whoopsie. 3 is orange. Is that right?
Yes.
4 is blue. 5 is green. 6 is white. Man, I really wanted to online. You online kids, you can pick whichever one you want. You guys can pick the 2 that you want. Deal? Do it in your cactus notebook.
How are you going to circle in white?
Watch me. Green, you're going to do 5/6 and 3/4 and 2/5 and then 6. Oh man. Oh well. You're going to do 4/6 and 6/6 together, you 2 girls. You girls are white. Your guys are the only ones left over. Start with your team. Get to work.
So, we're green, right? So, we're 5.
Hurry, hurry.
So, I'll do 4
Do not write on your colored paper. You're writing in your cactus notebook.
Everyone has to like, alright, 4
So it's one of those things.
okay. Alright, okay, yeah, alright, so
3/8.
I'm gonna do 2/5, and I'll be 3/5, and then, we're 7/8, alright, let's go.
Remember,
Alright, it's 2/5.
Wait.
Now, is it 4/10? 4/10?
Okay,
I'm done too.
I'm ready.
4/8.
I'll do this one. I got the shaded.
Now we're going to check over our So let's do fractions that get Yeah, put it on your fraction on the side.
What's money? What is money?
2 fifths shaded in 2 parts of 5. There is no. Let me see yours. Let me see yours.
It's just gonna be 6 or orange.
Never mind. You're doing 2 fifths.
Okay, done. I did this one.
I don't think
Here's what it is.
Let me see yours.
I'll do 5 cents.
Mine. I'm black. So what do you do next? I'll take She did 3 X. Becky said 1, 2, 3. Should I like all do like I do 3/4? No, I'll do like 3/4 and then alright. Top right. White. Okay, mine's like the only one. I'm ready.
All right, teams, are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready? How about this? We're gonna let our are you okay? Goodness. We're gonna let our online kids get a turn, and they're online, so they get a chance to steal. Olivia Vaughn, you steal whichever one you want. Is that fair, y'all? Let them do whatever they want. Poor guys having to learn from home. Olivia Vaughn, turn your mic on and steal whichever one you want.
6/10.
6/10, she says. What letter goes on this line, Olivia?
That would be E.
E, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 total pieces. And how many are shaded? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is she right, everyone?
Yes.
Yes, she is. Good job, Olivia. Gage Carter, which one do you want to steal?
7/10.
7/10. So Olivia stole from blue. Gage is stealing from red. What do you want, Gage? Where does it go? What letter goes with it, Gage? All right. I make a better door than a window, don't I? Do you guys know which one it is?
Yes. What are we looking for again? 7/10.
He stole 7/10. Ah!
No.
I know. I'm sorry.
It's a blank.
It's
What, Gage?
A blank.
You're right. It's a blank. We have to make this one. So how many total pieces do you need, Gage?
10 and 7 shaded in.
Oh my, that's way off. 10. How many shaded in?
7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Did I do a good job, Gage?
yes.
Yep.
Are you happy? So N is 7/10. Mackenzie, which one do you want to steal? Hurry.
2/5.
2/5. 2/5. Sit still. We're fine. Mackenzie, which letter goes with 2/5?
I.
Good job, sister. 2/5. Everyone, I love you. Sit still. Table 1, hurry. 2/3. What's the letter?
C. Oh, B.
B. That's right. Good job. 4/8. What's the letter? Huh? A. Table 2, 3/8. What's the letter? Everybody, look for your letter. Find it. Table 2. Table 2, 3/8. What's the letter? do you think?
L.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Is that right? Yes? Good job, table 2. Table 3. 4/10.
K.
4/10 is K. Good.
And then D. 7 8. 7 8.
Oh, D. Good. Table 4. 3/5.
C.
C. That's all you have. Table 5. 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's right. Table 1. 4/8.
Table 1.
I know. I got this 4/8 here.
That's
H. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh man.
I think you made a mistake. You did that one for 5 12.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, whoops! You're right. I sure did. So where's 5/12 at then, Michael?
Right there. Oh
Yeah.
wait, no.
Yeah, M. And table 6. 4, 6. Which one is it? H.
And then on 6 6, it's one of the blank ones in Q.
And what are we gonna have to do to this?
You're gonna have to fill in the whole thing.
Fill in the whole thing. Excellent job. Start loading up and sanitizing, everyone. Good work. Hey, you guys did a great job today. Excellent work. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Bye.